Like everywhere in Europe, our economy was severely hit by the coronavirus crisis. Supply chains were disrupted and the demand on markets across the globe collapsed. This affected especially the automotive sector, which since generations forms an essential foundation of our industry. This sector has to cope with a challenging transformation even before the crisis.
What has to be done is true everywhere. To include all our, let's say, new objectives or KPIs related to the Green Deal, and there's a lot of transformations, of course, that the car industry is going through. To integrate much more digitization within the industry. It started before, but this will be, of course, maybe an accelerator. And also to see, there is a lot of debate now in Europe saying that we may relocalize part of things which have been done outside of Europe through the crisis or after this crisis. Probably it's true for some of them, but not for all of them, of course.
So the industrial sector is the key driver of innovation.
We have this big crisis where we really lose a lot of business because factories have been closed around the world. We all are global. We are working on a global basis, but our home is here, Baden-Württemberg, and we have a lot of people that are employed here in our industry in Baden-Württemberg. A lot of factories were closed, so we are losing a lot of business in 2020, and also in 2021 we see that the recovery is not coming back to the situation that we had in 2019. So the situation is really dramatic.
Companies need the financial means to restart their operations after the crisis. We need to support them in coping with the twin transition of digitization and sustainability. And this also means we need to leave them breathing space. Overly detailed regulation is not helpful.
A lot of innovations come from Baden-Württemberg, come from Germany, and come especially from Europe. The European auto industry is the most innovative auto industry that we have in the world. And I think in this transformation process that we are in, we have to see that we keep this position. We have to finance this, and we need money to finance all those programs to keep us in this leading position in Europe, in the car and the supply industry. And that's why we have to sell parts as suppliers, and we have to sell cars as auto industry. And now, being hit by this corona crisis really hard, we need support and we need help also on the European level that we can earn this money in the next 5-10 years to bring our innovative programs forward and keep this position, this innovative position, this leading position in technology here in Europe.
Die Automobilindustrie sichert mit weit verzeigten Wertschöpfungsketten in ganz Europa Wohlstand und Beschäftigung. Deshalb, wir brauchen einen Anreiz, wir brauchen kurzfristige Instrumente, um die Nachfrage in dieser Leitindustrie wieder zu steigern. Eine Innovationsprämie ist hier eine Möglichkeit, eine Innovationsprämie, die abhängig von den Fahrzeugemissionen Kaufanreize setzen kann, also Klimaschutz mitgedacht. CO2-Reduzierung muss hier eine wichtige Rolle spielen und eine solche Innovationsprämie kann dann auch ein wesentlicher Treiber der Entwicklung gerade im Verkehrsbereich zu nachhaltiger Mobilität sein und dabei den Neustart der europäischen Wirtschaft entsprechend unterstützen.
Jetzt kommt dann irgendwann die Belastungsprobe für die Bilanzen bei den Banken, wenn wir auf der einen Seite das Thema Wertberichtigung verarbeiten wollen und auf der anderen Seite gleichzeitig auch bereitstehen wollen für das Thema Investitionsfinanzierung, eben auch die private Unterstützung der Investitionsfinanzierung. Da müssen wir darauf achten, dass, sage ich mal, auch europäische Maßnahmen aller Art hier nicht kontraproduktiv wirken und den Banken Liquidität entziehen.
There are multi-challenges, not just twin transition challenges. Actually, there are multi-challenges now, also with the COVID-19 outbreak. So what is the reaction from the Commission? How do you support concretely our companies?
We just want to send the signal. That's a lot of money, but we are putting in place the tool at the level of EU to go back to refinance what you will do as long as, of course, it fits well with the strategy that we just mentioned. But we know that, especially in the car industry, you share this strategy.
So, ich habe Liquidität und Solvenz angesprochen, aber was wirklich die Zukunft ermöglichen wird, sind Investitionen. Investitionen in grüne Technologien, Investitionen in eine weitere Digitalisierung unserer Unternehmen, unserer Produkte. Internet of Things steht vor der Tür und ein Kontinent wie Europa, und Baden-Württemberg ist sozusagen ein Fokalpoint davon, der so viel Industrie hat. Da werden natürlich auch Daten generiert und diese Daten wiederum werden sozusagen das Öl der Zukunft sein.
This is a very important step, and I strongly support the Commission's vision of a sustainable, digital and resilient industry. It's quite clear that this global crisis cannot be tackled only regionally or within national borders.